Hello guys, you know how we promised you about the more tough talks coming up on our way?
Yeah.
This is another one, right?
Okay.
You know the stray dog we were talking about on the first episode, well, the first insert. It's not the root of the cause.
What's the root of the cause?
Well, you know, to get rid of them, it doesn't mean it's not gonna happen again. So to stop it completely, the puppy mill is one of the places that starts all this.
Oh, puppy mills. Yeah, this is actually a huge problem is when, you know, dogs are bred under really poor conditions, like in small cages, not fed very good, and then they're just shipped off to like pet stores. And again, you know, in pet stores, they might not get, you know, all that affection and attention that they need.
So,
I've always wondered what happens when the puppy isn't brought. Because you know, there's only a certain period where a puppy looks cute.
Yeah.
And that tends to be when we buy them. We
Really?
don't really go
Definitely.
out and buy a fully grown dog.
Yeah, true. We only puppies that we're interested in.
Exactly. So what happens to the puppies that
Oh my
don't
god.
get brought?
I think that when the
Well,
stray dog
I
comes
think
in,
I think they might actually just get donated to shelters
hopefully.
and well, hopefully, but then you know, like shelters get very full. There's a lot of dogs in there, not enough homes, never enough homes.
Wait, can you explain more to the viewers? Like, you mean the puppies that we buy from the pet shop?
Yeah.
They have to come from somewhere, right? And the puppy mill is the one that providing those pets.
Exactly. They're from places like puppy mills. There are legitimate breeders out there, like with legitimate certifications that care for dogs very well. But then there are places that are
It's for the profit.
treating it as a business, right? Like if you can cut down the cost of
Food,
Yeah.
medicine.
So you mean the
everything.
profit-driven organization?
Yes.
basically, yeah.
Oh my god, that means like they have to
I
cut
mean,
down
okay,
all
babe,
the
have you been to like Chattachak where there's all the, you know, some of
the markers you found the pets in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of those dogs, I mean, do you think those dogs are getting well taken care of?
That's the thing. How can we tell the difference between because obviously when you ask them, they're gonna say like, I breed them from my house, you know, or I breed them my own. But
then-
how can you be sure?
Think of the cost. You know, if you go to a proper breeder, the dogs tend to be expensive. You know, in the
A
States,
proper
it's-
breeder being the expensive one?
yeah, like the ones that properly take care of the dogs. I've heard like if you go to buy a Doberman in England, it's 650 pounds. That accounts to when you go to a proper breeder here where they cost 30,000. Because then you know that they've given them the right care, they've given them the right vaccinations, they've given them the right food. But then if you go to a place like JJ, that same dog is 3,000 baht.
And I've even
How do
heard
you think-
stories like of people buying a dog and then like it'll just die quickly, you know, like in a few months because it wasn't taken care of properly. It's sick or something like that.
Because when they're at the place, there were a lack of like, they wouldn't be taken care of properly.
Then there's also the other puppies around them, they catch illnesses very quickly.
So it's really debatable how you can buy your own pets, isn't it? Like whether you want to help them in the market, whether you should or you shouldn't. Because if you do, then you're kind of supporting this kind of things going on.
Exactly.
Or if you go to the farm, then that, I don't know, it's really confusing for the viewers. I think it just, well, it's your knowledge, isn't it? You have to like,
Yeah, exactly. I think maybe do the research before you buy a pet.
and you know, this is not the only problem for animals.
It certainly isn't. There's a lot of other
Oh my
situations of
God.
animal cruelty out there.
You know how we were talking about eating dogs and cats? There are other animals that maybe we shouldn't be eating.
Yeah, I know, you know, especially foie gras.
Yeah, do you guys
Oh
like
my-
foie gras?
You know what it
First of
stands
all?
for?
What?
Fatty liver. You know, the liver has to be that fat. You know what you have to do to these animals?
No.
You know, sometimes you have to keep it in shed, or if some of the places, they even put it under the ground. So that it can't move at all, and then you put a metal pipe through their neck.
So it's ducks actually. Okay,
Yeah.
so to clarify,
Oh yeah, foie gras
it's
is duck,
duck.
I'm sorry, yeah.
It's duck, and so then they put them in these cages.
Put it in the cages all under the ground, and then they put a metal
Oh.
pipe through their neck, imagine
Yeah.
that, just follow me,
and force feed them.
and force feed them with the corn,
Force
or-
feed them corn, like
Yeah, force feed
many
them corn.
times a day, right?
many times a day, and for several weeks, it's become so fat
Until the duck becomes so fat.
that its liver it's 10 times fatter than normal.
Oh,
That's
awful.
That's crazy.
that's really horrible.
Imagine that if I like force feed you with food. You know why I do it to Barbara? Because you'd be happy to receive those food.
Oh,
You know how you
Thanks.
eat so much like cake and stuff? Imagine you have to have that like every day,
I
every
really,
minute.
Oh, just shush. Okay, you know what? That is not the only inhumane way that we have found food. There are other ways too. There is shark finning.
Shark finning is a huge topic right now.
Oh my god, you know that it's the delicacy dish of Thailand.
See, this is the thing that makes me so mad when you go to Chinatown
Yeah.
and see all these shark fin restaurants,
Yeah.
shark fin soup restaurants.
What you know, we always get it wrong how to get rid of fin is alright because the shark can still survive.
But it
that's
can't.
not. That
It
is,
cannot survive.
It cannot
It's
survive. It's-
basically killing the shark
Yes.
and making him suffer first.
it's a slow death. How cruel can you be to
So
kill
we
them
want
slowly?
you, we want you
I'm
guys
so
to learn
passionate about this.
more about it. So take a look at this.
So I was contacted by Freeland Foundation as well as Change.org to be part of the Fin Free Thailand campaign, which is a joint effort between many different organizations here in Thailand to ask restaurants and hotels to go fin free. So I've come on board as an ambassador, and for my part, it's something that's very close to my heart anyway because I've been a diver most of my life. And I just feel that this is such a tragedy, and it's something that we have to really start to take steps to stop it. So yeah, our goal is to make Thailand fin free and to be a leader in the Asian region to say no to shark fin and take shark fin off of the menus of all the restaurants and hotels. Well, the concept is basically fin-free. I mean, we're starting to ask hotels. We're starting with hotels because hotels seem to be a little bit more receptive in terms of listening to us and what our goals are. So for our goal is to just start with the hotels and get them to take the shark fin off their menus and their restaurants, and not only just the menus but also to stop offering it for banquets and outside catering as well. And also to inform the public about the health risks involved in consuming shark fin. It really has no medicinal value, it has no nutritional value, and it has no taste. So there's really no good reason to eat it. Well, the reasons are twofold. First of all, there's the whole ocean ecosystem. You do not want to be eating an animal that is the apex predator. I mean, it's just going to throw everything out of balance. So that's one good reason. But even if you don't care about sharks, you don't care about animal cruelty, the one thing you should care about is your health. And it's very dangerous to eat shark fin soup. So those are the 2 points that we really want to try and get across. So that, I guess you could say, is the theme for the campaign. Some ways that you can help. First of all, if you go to change.org, there are different petitions that have been drafted up as well. Another thing that you can do is log on to finfreethai.org and get more information about ways that you can help, or get more information about the risks of shark fin soup, and just spread the word, tell your loved ones, and to tell people that you care about. Thank you for all your support. ขอบคุณค่ะ
Coming up next, Barbara and Sarah drop by the traveling bookshop with Siri as the ship calls on Bangkok.